Now, some people call it the River Nene, others the River Nene. Potato, potato, tomato, tomato. Depends on where you're from. But to one man who's a composer who's from Northamptonshire, it definitely is the Nene. And he's written a wonderful piece of music about the river. Sean Peel has this.
Benjamin Till grew up by the River Nene in Northamptonshire. It was his playground and it would become his inspiration. This award-winning composer was commissioned by his old music school to create a new work telling the story of the river from the source to the sea. It will get a world premiere at the Royal Albert Hall, performed by the massed ensemble of 700 singers and musicians from Northamptonshire Music and Performing Arts Trust. It's his old music school, the one that loaned him his first cello and nourished and nurtured his love of music. It's December 2016, and before he can lay down a single note, Benjamin decides to walk the length of the river in 7 days, 112 miles along the Nene Way from Badby to the Wash, taking in the sights and sounds of the valley, breathing in the River Nene. Or is it Nene?
The Nene, it sounds so odd to me. It sounds really like somebody trying to be posh, you know, and getting it a bit wrong. But I hear that the pronunciation is coming slowly inland, so there could be a point at which people in Northampton itself are calling the Nene the Nene. I mean, not in my lifetime, I tell you that, because that would just be too weird. I'm told that the pronunciation of the river goes from Nene to Nene at Thrapston. Do half the people in Thrapston say Nene and half say Nen? And is it like being bilingual? Do they just put up with both?
Much of what he saw and heard on his walk became music. From the sound of red kites, a brass band playing carols in Oundle, and the noise at Hardwater Mill at Great Doddington.
A very definite doom, doom, doom. So yeah, that inspired me, because it follows you around. You know, I was walking for a good 2 or 3 minutes with this noise present. This strange little electricity generator has dictated the tempo of the entire sort of first 4 minutes of the composition. I like to think of the river as being very juvenile, very like a child laughing, and that's the sound. It's very bubbly and frothy, and as it flows into Northampton, you start to hear the choir for the first time.
The walk also took him home to Higham Ferrers. He went to school here, one of the schools that will be performing on the night. The river was where he played, and it's still in his veins.
This river is definitely part of my DNA, I think. You know, if you travel in that direction, you get to Northampton, where I had all my music education. If you travel in that direction, you get to Peterborough, and that's where I used to get the trains up to York when I was studying as a composer. And then there's all the stuff in between, you know, picking blackberries. Oh, good. Good. I'm quite scared, you know, I won't lie, but, you know, there's no point in doing anything by halves. So, you know, I want to say that I know this river.
It was his walk of inspiration over 7 bitterly cold December days. He took photos and recorded sounds. He talked to people along the way, taking in stories and memories, things that would help him to bring the river to the page and to the biggest stage. Nene is Benjamin's baby. He's carried it for 18 months, but for one night only at the Royal Albert Hall, he'll be handing it over to conductor Beth Hodgson as he watches from his box seat.
I've been listening to some of the choir parts. Yeah. Your retrograde bit is fun. Well, we have to sing backwards, sing words backwards, and the melody backwards. Thanks for that.
You enjoy that.
That's brilliant. It is a complete balance of being so excited for these kids, because this may be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them. I have never worked in the Royal Albert Hall, and as an adult, I'm hugely excited. So then to have that with these children is even more exciting.
It's the day of the premiere and the massed ensemble arrive en masse. The Northants County Youth Orchestra, choir and brass band, schools close to the banks of the river, and a calm conductor.
Yeah! Fancy a chip?
Nene premiered at the Music for Youth Proms. It's part of the Royal Albert Hall's education programme, making magical memories for hundreds of young people. It is a day that they will cherish for the rest of their lives.
These kind of moments are life-changing. I mean, I feel that. I go home from the concerts and it stays with me for so long. I've still got it all ringing in my ears for the next week, and it really does stay with you. It's very special.
That was blinking awesome! You sound collectively epic.
It's been more than a year in the making, 112 miles of river to inspire 20 minutes of music from the source to the sea, the world premiere of Nene.
It's a very surreal experience, I have to say, coming to an amazing space like this and hearing, 500 people singing and 200 people playing the piece of music that's been in your head for all this time. And it's like something's been given birth to.
I want to do it again. I want to relive it 100 times over.
For me, the most emotional thing of all in this whole journey was seeing the school from Higham Ferrers. That means something to me. That means a huge amount to me, because it means I have roots.